Tasha Milligan with Pathways to Peace Counseling. I want to introduce today the horrible thing that happened. This is a game designed to help kids work through their trauma narrative when doing trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. So, I don't know about you, but getting through the trauma narrative can be hard. If it's not just hard on the kids, sometimes it's hard on me. I mean, this stuff is rough. Hearing the vulgar details of awful trauma can be really, really difficult. And if I'm feeling traumatized by it, I can only imagine what the kids are feeling. So this game is designed just to break it up a little bit, to give them little pieces at a time so that they don't have to unload the whole story all at once. Some kids do really great. They are able to come in and tell you the whole story and you know exactly what their trauma is, but I've had several that are just like, nope, I don't want to talk about it. And I don't blame them, it hurts. So the way this works is each color will have a matching card. And the cards come on the sheet and you just kind of trim them down. So the blue ones are coping skills. The green ones, these are the rough ones. These are the horrible things. And with these, I'll take a second to talk about these. So not every card is going to align with the specific trauma that the kid has been through, but I've been surprised. I've had kids that have had almost all of these things happen to them. So I've got sexual trauma. I have a kid that is being physically abused by a dad. One is a horrible car accident, growing up with parents with drug problems, witnessing domestic violence, gang involvement. That particular one has a brother who died due to gang violence. And then, let's see, this one is somebody broke into the house and just completely ransacked it so she doesn't feel safe at home. And then one of them is about an attempted kidnapping. Another one, a little girl finds her grandma dead. And then one is an injury during sports. And this one, the girl has been physically abused by her mom. And then another one is a bank robbery. So these are the 12 traumas. And of course, you know, use them for what they are. You can make your own cards. I am happy to print out a blank like back of the card for you and send it to you if you request it, so that you can type up whatever situation you would like to include on that. The whole point is to be able to help the child talk about a trauma or identify how they would feel in that. So, I mean, say you have a kid who was physically abused, but they get the sexual abuse card, then they've been through trauma, so they can probably still tell how they think that they would feel. And so these are the hard ones. And to break that up a little bit, I included humor. The laugh a little cards are just silly. It's doing silly stuff to make them laugh so that they can recover from the heaviness of having to talk about trauma. And then finally, these are the cognitive behavioral concepts of what do you believe about what happened. And so this is kind of digging a little bit deeper into not just what happened, but how has it changed my belief systems? What is it that I choose to believe about myself due to the trauma? And so it can be an assessment tool, because you're able to find out, you know, where is the child? Are they having healthy thoughts about the situation? Are they taking blame on themselves? Are they feeling guilty? Are they feeling angry? You know, you can find a lot about where they are in the process of healing from the situation by playing this game. And another thing I found is some kids are highly resistant to talking about trauma. And so my recommendation is start with something that they feel safe with. And I never define the trauma for them. I played this game with a kid recently, and I know that this kid has been through some horrible abuse. And I said, okay, well, what horrible thing has happened? And they said somebody wouldn't sit by them at lunch. It's like, okay, that's your horrible thing. We'll talk about that. And, you know, if they can gain success over that situation and they recognize that they can take control, they can change the way that they think, they can own their beliefs about that situation, and they start getting success over the emotions about nobody sitting next to them, then they're able to generalize that, and they're still learning the skills and everything through this game, so that with time they're going to feel more and more safe to talk about the trauma that has happened to them. So it's kind of a double whammy. They build the skills, they learn the coping skills, and they're able to process along the journey. And it just kind of helps you along so you'll know what other interventions you need to bring in to help them as they continue to heal from their trauma. Thank you.